Very good Thursday to you and welcome to ITV1. Martin Kemp joins Fern and Phil for this morning at 10:30, and that's right after Trisha.
Gardening.
Languages.
DIY. Computer skills.
Aromatherapy. Local history.
Number skills.
Trisha, in association with Learn Direct, the National Learning Advice Line.
Well, today we're talking sex. Not enough sex, too much sex, being too fat for sex, and that modern-day phenomenon, cyber sex. Hi there and welcome to the show. Well, today's guests are here because sex is causing huge problems in their relationships. Now, we've got two men who say they're frustrated because their wives won't have sex with them. Why? Well, the women think they're too repulsive for their husbands to fancy. Now, we've also got the world's smallest security man, normally a job that attracts the ladies, and I'm sure Pete, our security man, could tell us a few stories about that one. But when it comes to Eddie, he says because of attitudes towards his size, he just can't seem to lose his virginity. But first, we're going to meet Keith. Now, Keith says he suffered with weight problems which stopped him satisfying his wife. Now, at his heaviest, he was 41 stones. OK, the story doesn't end there. In fact, that's where it actually begins. 8 months ago, Keith discovered that his wife of 14 years had been arranging sex sessions in hotels with men she'd met over the internet. Now, they split up 5 months ago when she ran off with her toy boy internet lover. But now that Keith's lost weight, he tells us he wants his wife back. Please welcome Keith. Keith, you and Sandra were married for how many years?
14 years.
14 years?
Yes.
And what is it you've discovered about her?
I found my wife messing around on the internet.
How did you find that out?
I walked in one day.
Yeah.
And I got a computer. There's 2 computers in the house.
Right.
And I went into the living room and the wife was quickly adjusting a top. And I found she'd been flashing her charms via the internet.
What, with a webcam?
With a webcam, yes.
So did you take this up with her? Did you take this up with her? Did you
Yes,
say...
I went mad.
You went mad?
Oh, yes.
And what did she say?
She wasn't doing anything.
When did you find hard evidence that she was mucking around on the internet?
I started to get the gut feeling, and I suppose you shouldn't spy on your loved one, but I got suspicious, and I started to spy, and I found emails and pictures and everything.
Pictures? What sort of pictures are we talking about?
Explicit sex pictures.
Those are... Of her?
Oh, yes, yes.
What, just her flashing her...
Charms.
Oh, God.
Yes, God, exactly.
How did you feel when you saw those? I mean, that's like the sort of stuff you see in Readers' Wives and all that sort of thing.
I was absolutely gutted. I really was.
And had she been meeting any of these guys? So I mean, who was she flashing her charms to?
Anybody who would watch.
Did she hook up with any of the men?
Oh, yes, she met... apparently, she's met a few for casual sex.
She told you that?
Yeah, oh, yes. There's emails thanking her for a lovely show.
And now, who's she with at the moment?
A wimp.
But where did she meet this guy? This is...
Off the internet.
This is the first guy she's actually...
Oh, no. She was going to run off with another chap. But since I confronted him and said I'd put him where the sun doesn't shine, he dropped her like a ton of bricks, and then she latched onto this little guy.
This little guy?
Oh, this little guy.
OK, well, let's meet her. Let's hear the other side of the story. Please welcome Sandra. So, hi, Sandra.
Hello.
the pictures that I saw there were quite shocking. Why did you put those photos onto the net? What was that about?
Well, to start off with, he's known all along about me
Keith's known all along?
Yeah, he's known all along about me being on the computer, on chat rooms, and he's known about it.
What, from the word go?
Yes.
How's he known about it from the word go?
Because he put me on there with the computer. I didn't really know much about computers.
You're saying your husband, Keith, helped you?
Yes.
And he's saying that you've been meeting up with guys for casual sex. He's just found out.
No.
You haven't been meeting the guys?
Yes, I have. But he knew about it from the beginning.
What, he tried to stop you going, or...?
No, he let me go out. He had the children at home while I went out all night.
He knew you were going out all
Yes.
night? He knew you were going to hotels?
Yes.
So it's two totally different stories. Yes, what were you going to say?
I'm also on the internet quite a bit, in and out of chat rooms and things like that.
Well, just to make friendships or to meet people?
No,
or?
to make friendships and things like that.
Yeah.
What I say, what she should be having her own life, and when it comes down to a computer, have it as a completely separate type of life when she's on the computer.
Why? Do you say you're somebody else when you're on the computer?
Some of the time, yes.
Who do you describe yourself when you go on the computer?
I've actually got a webcam as well.
But do you take... Yeah, I'm not going to show you
one of
those
your
photos,
pals?
but do you take explicit photos?
I've seen quite a few...
No, do you take... Of you?
I've done before now.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Are you married? How long have you been married?
14 years.
14 years? And you didn't know that? This is before you were married?
This is since we've been married as well.
Since you...
I know he goes on the internet a lot and he does show me funny things. And
Yeah, but he
I
said he's
know-
been doing explicit photos since you've been married.
You haven't told me that.
This is another show here, but okay. You're laughing about it, but you're not laughing about it. Yeah, what did you want to say?
Well, why do you want her back?
I love her.
Yeah, well,
Love's a
how
funny
can
thing.
you love somebody who's shown the world everything she's got? And why do you have to do it in the first place? Why do you feel so insecure? If you want to make friends, you haven't got to flash all that you've got to make friends, have you?
No.
You can show your face, you can talk to them and everything and get to know them. But you don't have to go and flash everything off, do you?
Okay, thank you. Yes.
I think it was convenient for him when he was a big man.
Oh, hang on. What,
I think it was convenient for his wife to do that on the
so
internet.
you think he did know?
He knew all right, but now he's lost weight, he wants his wife to stop it. But he knew at the beginning, when he
True?
was a big man, it was convenient for him, so he went along with it. And now he's lost weight, he wants his wife to stop it. That's what I
Okay,
think.
thank you. Sandra, you were nodding with that. You agree with what that lady
Yeah.
was saying. It was convenient. Did you find him, be honest, did you find him repulsive at 41 stones? Was
Yes.
that... Could you go near him to make love with him or anything like that?
Not really, no.
Now, Craig, you are with at the moment. How long have you been with Craig?
Since about March this year.
And you met him over the internet?
Yeah.
And how do you feel about him?
Come
I
on.
really do like him.
Do you love him?
Yeah.
Is that the truth or is that another lie?
No.
You can told me compulsive lies
No.
all through our marriage.
No. I do love him.
You're saying you love him? You want to be with him?
Well, hang on. If that's the case, Trish, and she wants to love him and be with him, why have I got a tape arranging secretly to meet me, right, while Craig is out at work?
No.
She'll phone me in the evening. One evening I sat from 9 o'clock
Are
till
you
3:30
saying
in the morning.
this is a lie? He's lying
Yes.
again. Do you
Can we
mind
play
if
the
we
tape?
hear that tape?
I don't want to know.
God, it's the truth. There's the truth.
Okay, let's take a break. Let's take a break right now because there are other people involved in all of this because Sandra's daughter Sarah is waiting backstage to have her say. Now, how does she feel about her mum meeting men for sex and then running off with Craig? Well, it's safe to say I don't think this mother and daughter are close right now. Back after this.
She was a married woman, and he was half her age. They confessed to being lovers.
What about her husband?
His body was found in a chalk pit.
How did they identify him?
Dental records.
So, who killed him?
Well, when the murder weapon was found, the fingerprints were hers.
Week by week, Real Life Crimes looks inside the criminal mind, explores the mysteries of forensics, and explains how some of the most infamous crimes were solved. Don't miss part 1 of Real Life Crimes.
What do our 2 million members like most about AOL?
There's something for everyone.
The all-inclusive fee makes it easier to budget.
Homework help.
Sports. The free help is fantastic.
Entertainment.
Stocks and shares.
I love shopping.
Safety for the kids is our #1 priority.
There's no time restriction.
You can surf day and night.
Everything's included. You can use it as long as you like.
I'm online so much, especially now you can win £200,000.
For your completely free trial and a chance to win £200,000, call now.
It's great.
Howard Stevens had stopped at traffic lights on his way home when his car was hit from behind. After treatment for whiplash and back pain, Howard called the National Accident Helpline. We arranged for him to meet a specialist solicitor within 24 hours. Howard received over £4,000 in compensation. If you've had an accident on the road or at work in the last 3 years, call our friendly staff and find out free if you can make a no-win, no-fee claim. Call the National Accident Helpline now on 0800 556 557.
Uncle Ben's. Come on, add some.
Yeah, that's them.
Hi. Just these, please.
Thank you.
In here.
There you go.
Hello.
It's a long way.
Come on. Oh,
Look at that view.
stunning. Excuse me? My mum says you forgot your change.
Thanks.
See ya.
When you've got diarrhea, you're always looking for where the nearest loo is. Unless you've discovered Imodium Plus. Take it just once and you can be free of diarrhea all day. Imodium Plus, to stop diarrhea before diarrhea stops you.
With fantastic competitions in this week's issue, like Win a Trip to Thailand, and real-life stories like Love Rat Shopped by Mistress. Whatever you're doing, it can wait while you take a break.
Southward 0, southeast or east, 5 to 7 occasionally, gale 8 at first, forfeit good.
The towel.
The balance of power has shifted.
Take it off.
A new era begins.
Why did you make me believe we had some kind of a future? You've broken the rules. You've let your affairs into my hotel.
We're gonna lose everything.
I won't let that happen.
Crossroads, a new dynasty, starts Monday at 5 on ITV1.
Hi, welcome back. Now, before the break, we met Keith and his wife, Sandra. Now, Sandra's internet lover is in the studio. He's watching backstage at the moment. And that's Craig we're talking about. Also backstage is Sandra's daughter. So let's find out what she has to say. Please welcome Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Where do you live at the moment?
I live with my dad.
And why haven't you gone with your mum?
She's got other people on her side. She's got my sister and my brother, two sisters on her side. And I stayed with my dad and she wants me to go on her side.
What do you think of what your mum's done?
I think it's just disgusting.
Do you talk to each other anymore?
Well, we try to get on.
You try to get on?
Yeah.
So you think that your daughter understands the full situation, Sandra?
No, because she knew about me being on the internet just the
No,
same
I
as
didn't.
just the same as Keith did, because the
Yeah,
person that she's with, she met off the internet anyway. The
You
person
met
that
somebody
she's,
off the internet?
that she's with now.
Hang on, somebody shut. What? Yes, what was that?
She's a young girl. If she wants to go in a chat room and make friends, she's not flashing her body and deceiving her husband. You're just disgusting.
Sarah, you're pregnant, yes? Are you pregnant to who? The internet lover?
Yeah.
And you're living together?
No.
He lives close by?
No, he lives in Wales.
He lives quite far away?
Yeah.
But you've decided, even though you've been on the internet and you've met somebody, where do you fall out with your mum about actually leaving your dad? Is that what upsets you?
Because I stayed with my dad.
But what I'm confused about is if it's okay for you to meet people over the internet, if your mum's saying her marriage was unhappy, isn't it okay for her to do that?
Well, yeah.
So where do you fall out then? The pictures? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know why we fell out, really. I don't know why we fell out.
You don't know why you fell out?
No.
Why did you fall out?
Because I stayed with my dad on my dad's side and
True?
didn't like it.
Yeah, she's you know, she's got to do everything he says.
Why?
Because if she doesn't, then he'll just throw her out the house. She's got 2 other children, who are only 2 and 1.
So you're saying she's only agreeing with your husband because she's
just
scared of
goes
being
along.
homeless?
She has to go along with him.
So you don't think in her heart of hearts she really is against you?
No.
Yeah.
Can I just say, if you haven't been ringing him or anything, why won't you let us listen to the tape?
Yes, exactly. Let's hear the tape. Well, come on, Craig.
Let's hear the tape. Come on.
See who she's lying
Put it
to
on.
you. Come on, Sandra. Craig wants to hear the tape. Come on. Here's the tape, arranging, Sandra, for you to phone me tonight when Craig is at work.
No.
Let's hear the tape, Sandra.
No, because
Hang
you
on,
just
just a
do
minute.
it.
Okay,
When did he phone you,
let me just make a legal point here. If you tape a telephone conversation without telling the other person, you cannot then broadcast it. It is illegal.
Nail his ass
what
to the
reasons do you
floor.
not want
Trish,
people to hear
I was
that?
taping
Because
her.
he's just a liar.
I was
He's been
taping her
doing it
because
all
she
the
was
way.
making things up, that I was doing things I wasn't doing, and this is evidence. She had a private investigator to follow me on
No,
a
we
meeting
didn't.
to say
We had a
that,
private...
and nothing happened.
We had somebody
What was that,
watching him
Craig?
at Tesco. We had somebody watching him at Tesco because they claimed they never got
And I was well behaved.
You was
No,
well
you weren't
behaved.
well-behaved.
What
Okay.
did you do? Was it
What
divorce
happened there?
papers you
He had a
ripped
tape
up?
recorder, and he was taping me over everything.
I was taping
And
you
the private
for Craig's...
investigator was there watching.
Can I just, let's just come back to what's
Craig's
going on
been
here.
harassing me via the internet
No.
with pornography. Again,
No, he
Trish,
hasn't.
it's on the tape.
So hang on, let me just come back to what I'm hearing. Keith, you're entirely innocent in all of this. You're a lovely, sweet guy, has never lost his temper, would never bully, would never manipulate anybody, and for no reason that you can understand, your wife starts acting totally out of character and seems to run off with every man who so much as looks at her. And you still say there's nothing wrong with you?
All his kids have gone, have left
Only
him.
that I couldn't satisfy
Even
her
his own
sexually.
parents have disowned him.
What are you talking about, Craig?
I said everybody who's been with him has left him.
Wigan.
Even his own parents have disowned him.
Just a moment, Craig. Sarah, you're sitting there feeling what? Sadness?
Yeah.
For the whole situation?
Yeah.
Does Keith have a temper?
You know
Wouldn't
he
you
does,
have a
Sarah.
temper, Trish? With your wife doing this?
You know
Can't
he has
answer
a
that.
temper, Sarah.
Let me come back to you. Shouldn't you have turned around to him a lot earlier and said, I want out? Why didn't you do that?
Because I was frightened.
Of what?
Because in the past, what he's done, I was having my youngest little boy, he's 7, and he punched me in the mouth. I was about 6 months pregnant, and I got punched in the mouth.
Are
with
you
that.
saying you were too scared to tell him
I
you
was
wanted
too
out?
scared to tell anybody about it. I had to put up with it like that all the
If
time.
you're so scared of me, why are you arranging to meet me behind his back?
I'm not arranging to meet
It's
you.
on the tape,
No.
Sam. Well, play the tape.
No.
Let's hear the tape. Come on, let the audience hear the tape. What do you reckon, audience? Hear the tape. Now let's have it.
No.
Come on, Craig.
No.
Come on, Craig. You come out here.
Well, yeah.
But I
You
want
come
to
out,
know
stand
as
here,
well.
and tell Sandra to play the tape.
No.
Let me tell you what I'm observing, okay? I'm observing, Keith, I can understand you're angry, you're hurt, your feelings have been hurt, and your pride's been hurt. But you are very, very manipulative from what I've seen today. You're acting in a very manipulative way. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, we talk to all of our guests, our researchers do. When I initially read this, I had exactly the same initial response. I thought, God, what is this woman doing? And I see these pictures and what have you, and I still don't understand it, I have to say. I'm starting to understand a little bit more of why you are going to such desperate extremes to get away. And I don't know what's in your past that makes you choose the way you're doing it.
3 in a bed.
No.
Keith, this is the person...
Well,
I love my husband. I would not talk to him and run him down the way you allege. You love this woman.
I love this woman, Trish. I'm just proving to that idiot...
No,
that
he's not an idiot.
Right, what she's exactly like and truth about it. Because she lies.
tell you
She
this.
lies from the beginning to the end.
But you love
This is
that.
going to be
You
one
love
of my
that
lies.
about her. You said
I love that about her
you
because
love the
I got
lies.
so used to the lies now. I like the lies. It's a challenge.
Oh,
no.
Trish, that's from my sons.
That's from your son?
That's from my sons.
Would you take care of that? You pop that in your pocket because I will not be part of your games.
They're not games.
There are a lot of games going on here, OK?
No, there's no games.
Shall I tell you the way to win a person to somebody's heart? It's with honesty, it's with gentleness, it's with accepting that somewhere along the line people don't run off unless something's very wrong. If she'd bounced onto the stage happy and what have you, and hey, I'm with this guy, I would have a different view. I looked at some of those photographs there. The photographs I see there and the person I see here are totally at odds with each other. I'd actually say to you, I'm fairly worried for you. I don't know about your relationship with Craig at all. I really strongly suggest you get some mental health help because you look very, very depressed, very drained, and you're probably going through a lot.
Yes, because I have to put up with...
She's just a good liar.
No, I'm not.
I'm not talking about what she's saying.
But she won't play the tape where the truth is.
I'm looking at her body language. I'm looking at your body language, and you seem to be very downtrodden. And the danger is, when you're like this, that you can get sucked into going from relationship to relationship to relationship to look for something that basically you haven't found within yourself. I don't think that I cannot see the two of you ever having a relationship again. I think that would destroy one of you. But I think you have to think very carefully about whether you get involved into another relationship straight out of one, straight into another. Really think very, very hard indeed.
Yeah. Well, I think that they look both depressed. They don't know what they're doing, if you know what I mean. They both need help or counselling or something. As you said, she looks very unhappy. With Craig and...
Because it's not really what she wants. If it was what she really wanted, why is she arranging to meet me?
I think you're a control freak. Yes, I really do. It's a case of you do what I say, or...
No, you're wrong.
You think this is revenge?
Yeah, I think it is,
You're wrong.
Yeah.
You're
OK,
really
what do
wrong.
you say?
Well, I think that when you asked him about his past, he shuts up. That's the past, that's the past. And I think he is a control freak, and I think he is violent, and I think she is scared of him. And I think that's why she goes on the internet, is because she's trying to help. I really do.
OK. You're saying... Yeah, what you...
Yeah, I think that all three of them should just, like, try and separate about 1,000,000 miles apart, because they're not good for any of them, because, look, they're all lying to each other. She's not, like, allowing the tape to be heard.
Exactly.
He's sitting there, he hasn't answered the violent question, has he?
No.
And I don't know what he's doing, he's just sitting in the dark somewhere.
Thank you.
That's exactly where she wants to keep you, in the dark.
I guess one of the things about the dangers about using the internet is that a lot of people, the vast majority of people who use the internet to create relationships, I guess it's just desserts that Craig is sitting in the dark. If you have a problem with intimacy, true intimacy that will last forever and forever and forever, you tend to go towards the internet. If you have difficulty in sustaining relationships, now you may well have that problem. If you've gone through problem relationships in the past, it's often easier to hook up with someone via machinery than do it face to face without the naughty pictures, just talking gently and listening and sharing parts of your soul rather than sharing parts of your body. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, Sarah? What are you in all of this? What are you going to do?
You're
Do
in
you
the
want to
middle
have a
of it, aren't you?
I'm in the
relationship?
middle, I'm just stuck in the middle.
She's in the middle of it.
Do you want
But
to have a
I've-
relationship with your mum?
Me?
Yeah.
I want to
But
talk to
I've
you.
been told, if I can just say this, if I've been told by somebody that these two have been in bed together.
Oh, yeah, right.
3, man.
All right.
Yeah, talking to kicking a man when he's down.
No, I've been told that.
Yeah.
Okay, you've been told that. While you deal with computers and machinery and you
Excuse
don't
me.
deal with people face to face, rumours, whether it's true or not, I don't know. Did you want to say anything about that? Because it's not just all about you, it's about
But you
Sarah
are
as
close
well.
to him, Sarah.
Where else am I supposed to go? Supposed to be on the street with 2 kids.
But you gave your house up, didn't you?
That's
you gave
2
your house
years ago,
up.
nearly.
You gave your house up and came back.
Well?
And you are close to him.
What am I supposed to do? Who else has got close to... Nobody else close by, have
You
I?
gave your house up.
Nobody else wants to talk to me.
She happens to think the world of me and love me, but not
Yeah.
in the way you
Would
insinuate
you,
she
hang
loves
on,
me.
would you want, if you had a choice, would you like to live away, somewhere else? You don't know. Would you like to have some time with your mum to talk? Would you like to be with your...
I will talk to Sarah.
Okay. You will talk to her.
But I don't want anything to do with Keith.
Do you understand that, Keith?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Okay, and Craig, how do you feel about all of this? You're going to stay behind...
Well, I'd rather see them all.
Sorry?
Sort everything. I'd rather see them all sorted out because, I mean, I can't see what Keith's
Because he
problem
doesn't
is.
really know whether he loves her.
Say that again?
I said I don't know what Keith's problem is.
If you...
I mean, all right, fair enough, he doesn't like me.
Right.
There's no need to ask Sandra the way he does.
Well, that's what's going on. Maybe you can...
That's what I'm saying.
But
I mean,
let's come back. Sandra's made it very clear that she doesn't want you in her life. Can you accept that?
Well, why does she still want to meet me?
Look, from now. Let's talk about from now. Let's talk about from
But
now.
it won't change, Trish. Within 2 weeks down the line, she'll be contacting me again, saying, meet me, come and meet me.
Well,
Meet me
maybe it's
again.
up to you to be strong. Let's put it to the test, okay? You would like to spend some time with your daughter, yes? Okay. What I'll ask you to do, Keith, if you'd be so kind, I'm going to ask you to leave the stage, and we'll put her on the spot. We'll make her choose. Through that, if she follows through that door, it means, yes, she really does want to be with you. If she goes through, let's say, any of the other doors, then she's walking away from you. Whether she walks towards Craig or not, I don't know. I'll leave that up to you, and I think you need to think seriously about having another relationship. Okay, so if I can put you on the spot, and thank you for your time, and if you'd like to go through that door there, we'll put her on the
Just
spot.
remember, he didn't admit to the public that he loved you. I love you.
Okay. All right, this is where I put you on the spot, Sandra. And if you want to talk to your mum, you can go with her at the moment, okay? And you can also have a chat with one of our counsellors about what you do after this, because I'm quite aware that you've got issues about what happens when you go home and what have you. So which door do you want to go through? Do you want to take your daughter with you? Yeah. Do you want to go with your mum? OK, well, coming up, we're going to meet Caroline, who hasn't had sex with her husband for 5 years. Now, find out why after the break.
Madam, Lump have 100,000 free kids' places this summer. Oh, fantastic! That's brilliant.
Wicked! Wicked! Wicked!
100,000 free kids' places this summer. Wonderful!
Get away.
Yes! Get away with Lump.
Do you want to raise cash and clear your debts? If you're a homeowner, you could, quickly and easily, because your home has been rising in value probably by thousands of pounds. So there's never been a better time to remortgage and unlock the cash tied up in your home. Even if you had credit problems in the past, don't worry. TML could still help. One free call to TML on 0800 107 6666 is all it takes. The process is so quick and simple, we can even give you an instant lending decision. So come on, make a fresh start. Call TML free on 0800 107 6666. Call today for a brighter tomorrow.
Stand back, Mr. Secretary.
It's got to be our place for hundreds of beds, all with 50% off, plus an extra 20% off all sale prices at MFI's biggest ever sale.
This weekend, don't miss the SCS double discount sale. We've reduced this sofa down and down again to only $379. And double discounted this sofa with removable covers for just $449. We've reduced this leather sofa again and again to $575. And it's your last few days to get this sofa for $395 with 3 years interest free and no deposit. That's less than £11 a month. So, get down to SCS this weekend for a great double discount sale and a great deal more.
For the next few days, there'll be steady rain throughout the region with the possibility of sleet on high ground, coupled with temperatures as low as 1 or 2 degrees centigrade. With a wind chill
Looking forward to getting away this summer? Well, wherever you want to take off to, whoever you want to take off with, there's only one place to take off from. Birmingham International Airport. All the choice under the sun.
To him, it's an old banger, an embarrassment to his mother, and the reason Sandra won't look at him twice.
To us, it's a deposit. Carcraft, there's over 2,000 cars in stock. Carcraft, many cars at £25 per week. Carcraft, £99 or any old car with or without an MOT as a deposit. Carcraft West Midlands, where in most cases you can drive away in an hour. We're easy to find, Junction 9, M6. Follow the signs for Wednesbury.
Headache, blocked nose, sore throat, chesty cough. When you've got it all, give it the Beecham's all-in-one.
Based on the classic novel by D.H. Lawrence.
I'm so proud of you, William.
Starring Sarah Lancashire.
She's not like you, Mother. I don't seem to care for her a bit.
A drama premiere.
I'll never marry. Well, I've got you.
Sons and Lovers. Sunday at 9, ITV1.
Did you have an unhappy Christmas? Was it fueled by lovers' tiffs and family feuds? Did you spend the festive season arguing with your lover? And now you wonder if you really want to spend 2003 with them? Did you want to begin the new year with a fresh start, which means getting that person out of your life for good? Well, if you want to tell someone it's over, call 0900 100 101. That's 0900 100 101 or email Trisha at itv.com. Well, today we're talking sex. Now, my next guest's wife hit the headlines when weighing in at over 28 stones. She got stuck in her bath for a whole night. Now, I'm sure that there are people laughing, and I'm sure that's an attitude that upsets her. But even so, let's just say that John says his wife Caroline and he still have an active sex life. So please welcome John. Hi, John. Hi.
Hi.
You and Caroline have been married for how long?
4 years.
4 years, and I saw in a magazine story that she
Yeah.
got stuck in a bath all overnight. Yes. And it wasn't a laughing matter, though, was it?
No.
The fire brigade had to come and...
Get her out, and she moaned at me because I got the ambulance and the police.
She didn't want people to see her like that?
No. She didn't want the ambulance people to see her.
Right, but even so, I was saying her size hasn't stopped you from having
No.
an active sex life?
No.
No.
It's fine.
It's
Like,
fine.
It's good.
It's fine. OK, so does she feel very self-conscious about herself?
Well, she keeps casting herself down.
She puts
and
herself...
I just tell her not to. I said, because, you know, you're fine.
You think she's fine as she is? Do you think she needs to lose weight?
She needs to lose a bit of weight, but she's trying to lose weight now with the hospital and it.
But you're saying you still find her attractive?
Yeah.
OK, well, let's meet her. Please welcome Caroline.
I've known it for 5 years.
Say that again, Caroline. You're saying what?
I've had sex for 5 years.
You haven't had sex for 5 years? But hang on, John was just saying that your sex life is fine.
Well, it's not fine.
So this is a total opposite of stories?
Yes.
So who doesn't want sex?
Well, I would like to have sex, but my size, I can't have sex at the moment.
Are you still interested in having sex?
Yes.
Do you ever sort of cosy up to John?
Well, I try and give him a cuddle.
And what does he do?
And... Oh, it's a bit embarrassing.
It's a bit embarrassing what he does. Does he push you away? Or
Yeah,
does...
he pushes me away,
No,
yeah.
I don't push you away.
You push me away. You
Last
push me
night
away.
I asked you, you said no.
So you...
Excuse me, John. We was booked into a hotel.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Not last night, I mean at the hotel, at home.
We was at the hotel.
Yeah.
Right?
And what, you're saying he didn't want to have sex? And you did?
No, he wanted to have sex.
No,
he did?
I didn't.
Yeah, he did. He wanted to have sex.
No, not there, I didn't.
He wanted to
At
have sex
home, I
last
do.
night. But I said no.
You said no?
I don't want sex.
OK, so there seems to be a bit of confusion here. One of you's having a good sex life, it's just the other one doesn't know about it.
Well, I'm not. Well, look at my size. I can't have...
Have you... Can I saw the story about, in the magazine, about you getting stuck in the bath. Now, people laugh, but it can't have been very funny for you.
It wasn't funny to me, no.
Were you frightened?
I was very frightened.
What's led you to putting on so much weight?
Well, I used to eat a lot of chips.
A lot of chips?
Burgers.
1 or 2 at a time?
1.
1 at a time. How many times, though?
Twice a week.
Just burger and chips twice a week?
Yeah.
Chocolate?
Chocolate and... Well, yeah, chocolate.
And bread?
Bread.
So you too much of the wrong food, is that...
Yeah, too much of the wrong food, yeah.
But now you're on a diet. You're on a strict diet.
You have salad.
I have salad. Can I speak?
All right.
You got, what, am I blooming ventriloquist sitting here?
Is this what you're like at home?
Yes.
Can I ask you what attracted you to each other? Did you fancy... Who came on to who first?
He came on to me first.
And you...
When I was working down the Quip in Deptford.
Right.
And...
Was sex life a problem in the beginning?
No, because I got 3 children from my other partner.
But with him, with John, was sex life a problem when you first got together?
What, 95?
Was it a problem then?
No, it wasn't a problem then, because we could do it.
Were you... Have you put on weight since then?
Yeah, since 95, yeah.
Right, OK.
But I've got this big.
All right. So, what would you like? Do you think John's supportive enough in helping you lose weight?
I would like him to support me more.
By doing what? Can you tell him what sort of things you'd like him to do?
Well, not to buy chocolate. Go around shop and buy chocolate. Because I want to lose weight.
So you shouldn't buy chocolate anymore?
I don't buy chocolate no more.
You do?
No, I don't.
Right. Yes, stand up for me.
I've lost weight myself. I've recently lost 9 stone, so I know
Oh my! Is that what you used to wear?
These were my pants.
And we've got the headline. Let's have a look. Have we got it on the screen there? Your story's an amazing one. What made you want to lose that weight?
Because I were unhealthy. As I see, you've got an inhaler. I have asthma as well.
That's how you were before?
Yeah, that was me.
And your asthma was really getting worse?
It was chronic asthma, and now I'm so much better.
But what was the turning point? Did somebody say something to you, or...?
One of my friends told me that I was slowly killing myself.
And she said that face-to-face directly?
Face-to-face, sat me down face-to-face and told me directly.
And that was bang, like a wake-up call, was it?
Yeah.
OK, so you had to exercise, did you? And
yeah, I went to the gym 4 times a week. I joined Weight Watchers and followed a healthy eating programme. And you can't say that ban chocolate from the house, because I have chocolate every day.
But you know how to do it in moderation?
I know how to have chocolate, yeah.
OK, thank you very much. So, thank you. All right. Well, our next guest, Gordon, is also sexually frustrated because his wife won't have sex with him. Now, she thinks her weight makes her repulsive and finds any excuse to fend him off. So please welcome Gordon. Gordon, you've got a photo with you now. What's that of?
Picture of the wife when she was thin.
When she was slimmer?
Yep.
And is that when you first met her?
Well, I met her just after that.
Just after that. What was she like then? In those days, as a person?
Nice and friendly, bubbly and everything, but
yeah.
Now she's put weight on, she's right miserable.
She's really miserable, is she? What happens when you try to sort of cuddle up to her?
Well, she's all right sometimes, and other times she'll say, don't put your hands around me, I'm ugly and fat.
She says that?
Yes.
Does she prefer to have the lights off at night?
Sometimes, yeah.
How does it make you feel when she says she's ugly and fat?
I keep telling her she's not, but I can't do any more, so...
Does it make you feel frustrated that you can't get through to how much you care?
Yeah, I think, yeah, definitely.
All right, well, let's meet her. Please welcome June. Hi, June.
Hi.
True, you describe yourself as being ugly and fat? No, surely not.
Definitely. Yes.
How do you see yourself when you look in the mirror?
A horrible mess.
A horrible mess. What don't you like about yourself?
Just my body. Just my body.
Your body?
Yeah.
And so is that affecting your relationship when it comes to intimacy, do you think?
Definitely.
In what ways?
I just feel a mess in front of Gordon.
You don't like him to see you in
No.
your underwear?
No.
With nothing?
Definitely not.
Not in your underwear?
No.
Not without anything on?
No.
Do you let him see you without makeup?
Yes.
That much?
Yes.
But what's the night attire like, from here to there?
Don't know.
Completely covered up? You just don't
Yeah.
want him to see you at
No.
all? And you were saying it's frustrating when she tells you that she feels like that?
Yeah, definitely.
So what have you tried to do about losing weight?
I've been on lots of slimming tablets and they just don't work. They work for a little while and then...
Because you're not learning how to... You're using something else to control your eating.
Yes.
It's not your willpower. Let's come to Anthony Brown, who's with us. You joined us before. You used to be huge, didn't you, yourself?
Yeah, I was pretty big, Trish, yeah. And I've come across lots of people that have tried different things throughout diets. Diets don't work. Slim tablets definitely don't work. I've had a lot of experience from them and people that have done them. I think what the ladies are suffering from, as well as the men, is their self-esteem.
Yeah.
Are you feeling sexy?
No.
Yourself, Caroline? Do you
No.
feel sexy?
No.
Confidence levels? All these things can be
Confidence, yeah.
achieved really, really easily through exercise. Okay.
But people hate that word when you say
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
Hate
Because
that.
when they hear the word exercise, they think of going out running, bodybuilding. No, it's becoming active. Anything, as long as you're active, as you know, Trish, walking.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of walking.
Finding something that you enjoy, finding something that you want to do, something that all of you can take part in.
But it's the food as well, isn't it?
Diet has a big part to play, yeah. But if you participate in a diet that is only based on a short-term goal, that is all it will last.
Ah.
If you can't achieve a diet and maintain it throughout the rest of your life, then you're never going to achieve what you want to.
So it's a way of life.
Absolutely, it's a lifestyle change.
Well, I always say, do not... I believe that a healthy lifestyle starts in the supermarket. I have this rule, never go to a supermarket, never go food shopping when you're hungry, never put anything in that trolley. All your decision-making about food should happen in the supermarket, not when you get home. If you don't have it in the house, and I'm sure you'd go along with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but the only trouble is that she doesn't eat. If I'm not there, she won't eat.
But do you eat on the sly?
No, not as far as I know, no.
Do you think that might be due to the diet tablets that you're taking?
I've actually stopped taking the tablets now because they weren't doing any good.
No, that's
If I
right.
didn't
No,
do
they
the cooking,
don't.
she won't
But
eat it. If
Gordon
she
does
cooks
all the
herself, she won't eat it.
Well, I mean, it's quite important that the gentlemen participate in what the women want to do as well, because it's a joint
Well, I've
effort
been on
here.
diets with her. I've tried the diets. I've lost weight. She's put it on.
Well, then maybe you've got to help a little bit more.
Okay.
Find something that she enjoys doing, and both of you do together, because if the ladies are happy, you two men will be as well.
Yeah, I think
All
we
right?
will. Thank you.
It strikes me that if you're going to take some exercise, making love to your fella might be a good way of doing it. And this other couple, I'm not an expert or anything, but a lot of the women I work with seem to enjoy sex toys and things like that. Have you thought maybe of using those and giving your old fella a break every now and then?
No, I haven't.
Right, thank you. A lot of the women you work with is ex-colleagues, I think. OK, now one of the things, as Anthony said, I'm a big believer in walking, and I know you're going to have to lose a bit of weight and get checked out by the doctor before. And there are exercises you can do while sitting in the chair. But I'm just talking to you at the moment, June. There are a lot of things like walking, and I'm a firm believer in it, not just because, you know, it gets your weight down and what have you, but also because if you're feeling a bit down and drab, it gives you the real life boost. Those slimming tablets make you feel like, ooh, but walking actually makes you have a bit of a lift. There's actually a chemical change in your brain. And do you like music?
Yes.
You love music?
Yes.
And if you walk in time to the music,
yes,
it's a great way of doing it. If you're self-conscious and you think people are looking at you, buy a cheap pair of dark, dark glasses and know that everybody is looking at you because you've been on the Trisha show. There you are. It's explained. All right. So... we're going to give you one of those, all right, and we'll keep in touch with you. That's lots and lots of walking to the beat. Put your cap on and your dark glasses and concentrate on that and work really hard on the shopping part. If you don't have breakfast, you will put on weight. OK, so breakfast is your most important meal of the day. I had to force myself to eat it. OK? Start slowly. I'm going to leave that to Anthony to have a chat with you after the show about how you do that. But we'll keep in touch with you and see how you're going.
Thank you.
You never know. Well, next up, we're going to meet Ricky, who's here because his fiancée's past sex life is turning him off.
My partner's past sex life disgusts me. She used to meet men over the internet, and I'm not sure she's still doing it. I'm seriously considering calling the engagement off.
It's the Homebase £50 million sale.
I'll go this way.
I'll go that way.
Plus, it's 10% day this Friday and Saturday, with an extra 10% off everything in store.
Don't just stand there. With Summerfield mega deals, buy 2 jars of Nescafe Original for just £5.
Looking for a loan? Running up against problems all the time? Difficulty in clearing credit card debts? Have you been refused elsewhere? Are you in arrears or have CCJs? Do you have a poor credit rating? Are you self-employed or have no equity? Or are you retired and life feels like one hurdle after another? Well, now a call to Norton Finance could cut your problems down to size. And whatever your circumstances, we could help. If you're a homeowner, our loans are for any purpose and repaid over a period that suits you. We could help you to consolidate all your existing debts into one low monthly payment, and you could have cash left to spend on the things you need. So for a fast, no-fuss homeowner loan, call Norton Finance now, free on 0800 043 1333. That's 0800 043 1333. Lines are open 24 hours a day.
Save up to 60% in the court sale, plus an extra £300 on this Florentina sofa. Massive extra savings throughout the store.
These minutes waiting are more like hours in dog years, since dogs age 7 times faster. Even their teeth show age. But forget dog years. IAM slows time by adding dental care. Feeding tinned food doesn't control tartar buildup, but the minerals in IAMs reduce this sign of aging by up to 32%.
Feed for every meal to keep your dog healthier for longer. In IAMS years. IAMS, good for life.
Secure Homes, the bill-paying specialists, set out to discover what their customers love best about their Secure Homes account.
It's definitely the smarter way to pay your household bills because there's absolutely no worry involved. You know exactly where you stand, you make your weekly payments and get on with the rest of your life.
They add up, all your household bills, all your regular bills, over a full year, and divide them into regular payments, monthly or weekly.
We're in the process of combining our gas, electricity and phone because we could save money by doing that.
If I do become sick, or if I get made redundant, I know I haven't got to worry, and Caroline hasn't got to worry, because the bills will still be paid.
Even though I pay by cash, I always receive the direct debit discounts, which I think is a very good idea.
So pick up the phone and give Secure Homes a call, free on 0500 20 50 50. It really is the smart way to pay.
Alpen. Do you need to wear a tracksuit to eat it? No. Do you have to do 50 sit-ups just to work off one spoonful? No. Does it look and taste like hamster food? No. It's just a sensible, delicious breakfast. So, is it worth missing out on a Sunday morning we're all together for? No. Come on then.
Is that it? Good morning. Coming up on This Morning, Martin Kemp, the man with the sexiest swagger in showbiz.
It's rap music encouraging young people to become more violent. A British rapper defends his music.
And it's the hottest film from Tinseltown this year, Leonardo DiCaprio on Gangs of New York.
And if you've already failed your New Year's resolutions, we've the inspiration that you need. That's at 10:30.
Let me tell you about a show that we're planning. Did you have a hellish Christmas fuelled by lovers' tiffs and family feuds? Did you spend this festive season arguing with your lover and now you're wondering if you really want to spend 2003 with them? Well, if this sounds familiar, give us a call on 0900 100 101. That number again, 0900 100 101. Or you can email me, Trisha@itv.com. OK, back to the show. Our next guest says before he met his fiancée, she was, and these are his words, not mine, he reckons she was easy and even used to meet up with men she met on the internet. Well, now he says he can't get this out of his head and it's affecting their whole relationship. Please welcome Ricky. So how long have you and Anne-Marie been seeing each other?
We've been seeing each other for near enough a year now.
Nearly a year. When
a year.
Did you find out about her going on the internet?
Well, she met her past partners and that on the internet,
Yeah.
but she's still been doing it.
While you've been together?
While we've been together.
How do you know that?
Well, she admitted it to me once, but I don't know if she's still been doing it more than that. Or...
Why did she admit it to you? Did you come across something you thought was a bit suspicious?
Text messages on her phone in that film, and she kind of told me because she wanted to still speak to him as be friends and and stuff like that. But
do you feel then that she's still doing it?
Probably, I feel that she's still doing it.
And is this causing arguments between you two?
It does. It causes quite a lot of arguments as well. She lies to me about it. She lies to me about quite a lot of things.
What does she lie? She lies that she's actually on the internet?
She
or
lies about stuff like, say, being on the internet, and lies to me about cheating on me with ex-partners and stuff like that.
Do you trust her?
I used to.
Do you trust her now?
I don't know. I don't really know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I'm
now,
still...
she's your fiancée. You're engaged?
We're engaged, aye.
You're going to get married?
We were, yeah.
Are you happy about getting married?
I used to be, but I'm not sure now.
Are you happy about being engaged?
I'm not sure about that either. I mean, I want answers first before I make
Do you
a
love
commitment.
her at the moment?
I do love her, yeah.
Do you love her enough to forget about this, or you think you really have to confront it?
Yeah, I really have to confront it.
All right, well, let's meet her. She's how old?
17.
17. Please welcome Anne-Marie. Hi, Anne-Marie. What did you want to say to her, Ricky?
I want to know if you're still being seeing people on the internet. I want to know if you did cheat on me, and I want you to grow up and stop lying to me.
I've not been cheating on you.
So why tell me then? I mean, You've told me quite a few times that you cheated on me, you lie to me all the time.
I've told you once that I've cheated on you.
Why? Because you didn't like my friends?
No, because you kept on saying, have you been cheating on me? Have you been cheating on me? And you asked me about 10 times that day, and I kept on saying to you, no.
Why was that? Why was that? Because any time you see him, you're flirting with him and...
I don't flirt with him.
This is an ex you're talking about?
Aye, talking about an ex.
Now, you're saying you said you did cheat, but are you saying you only said that to get him off your back? So you haven't really cheated?
No.
So you don't know which one to believe?
I don't know what one to believe, you know.
And how do you get when you feel she's lying? Do you get angry?
I get angry. I used to just get quite angry nowadays, eh? I do get quite angry.
He hits me.
I hit you once.
No, you've hit me a couple of times.
And what do you
Last Sunday.
You fling glasses at me and everything else.
No, I never flung a glass at you.
Myself. When?
Can I just come back to one thing? When you first contacted us, Anne-Marie, in your emails, you mentioned about talking about starting a family. Are you still thinking of that?
Well,
Well, you need to stop acting like a big Wayne then, don't you? I mean...
Yeah, but at the same time, right, I'll admit, I've told lies in the past.
Yeah.
It was like a bad habit.
For attention, or...?
Basically, yeah, for attention.
What sort of lies are we talking about? Big ones, little ones?
Both.
She told me that she was pregnant once and that she got an abortion and it was mine. And stuff like that.
Were you pregnant?
No.
You didn't have an abortion?
No.
Why did you say that, then?
Because I finished with her for the lies in the past. I told her I didn't want anything to do with
Was
her.
that a way of getting him back?
It's kind of a way again.
So in the past you resorted to lies to keep people, to make your life be, what? Go the way you want it to go, but it doesn't work?
No.
Can I ask then, you're 17 and 19, the age when you date one person, you date another, you see what the world's like, maybe you put on a backpack and discover another country, maybe you want to save the planet or the whales, you're discovering life, life is an oyster. Why at the ages of 17 and 19 are you willing to throw away life's huge adventure for a violent, angry, untrusting relationship and think about bringing another human being who will in turn have other human beings who will be damaged by what you're doing? I'm serious. Go out, see each other, but live. Do you want to stay engaged, yes or no?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Do you want to have a family, yes or no?
Yeah.
Into this?
No, into this. I know.
At 17, you just want to have babies. I find that hard to believe, and I also feel it's sad. And I also think maybe you need to think about what's happened in the past that makes you so scared of going out and experiencing life without clinging to someone and getting so angry with each other. You're choosing to be in this relationship. I think you need to think carefully. I mean, there are some people, let me just come back up here to a guest I'd like you to meet, who don't have that choice. And hi.
Hi.
Now, explain to us who you are and what you do.
My name's Eddie Toner.
Yeah.
And I'm a meet and greeter at a Fed nightclub in Brighton.
And we've got a picture of you there. And you have the moniker of the shortest or the smallest security guard around. Now, we're talking about relationships. What happens if girls, do they chat you up?
They come up to me and, like, stroke me on the head.
What, like a pet or something?
Yeah, like a little toy. Like, give me hugs and pull me around.
How does that affect you as a man?
If they're good looking, it's okay. But if they're ugly...
But seriously, you don't want a woman to
you don't really want people to do that to you.
You want a relationship?
They wouldn't do it to a tall person, so why do they do it to a small person?
Okay, you're how old?
18.
18. You haven't had a relationship yet. Do you want to have a relationship?
When I'm older, yeah.
When you're older, that's refreshing. Do you think, now there's 17 and 19, so they're a year either part of you. Can you see yourself, okay, you haven't had a relationship, you haven't slept with a woman yet, okay, and I don't think everybody might snigger. I happen to think that's a good thing, because I happen to think the body's precious. You don't throw it around like any old piece of junk. But they're either 1 year either side of you.
Yeah.
If you had a choice of being who you are and where you're at, and single and not in a relationship, or having a relationship like this, which would you choose?
Being single.
Thank you. Thank you very very much. Quick couple of remarks and then let's come back to you. Yes, what do you want to say?
I'm 17 and I'm in a good relationship with my boyfriend, but I also go on holiday with my friends. I go on holiday with my boyfriend as well. We see each other all the time, but I have another life with friends and my family.
That's a very important
Wouldn't you
point.
rather have that?
Yeah,
I would.
You would?
Definitely.
Okay. Would you?
The reason she's not got any friends is because she lies to them as well. I mean, she had friends.
But you're
in the
choosing to
past.
be with her. It's funny, isn't it? We choose people, we say, I love them, I love them, I love them. You're saying, I love Anne-Marie, only I want her to act like a person called Mary Jane. This is Anne-Marie. If you get to the point where you're engaged and you stand up there and say your wedding vows, isn't it for better, for worse? Which includes whether you lie, whether I think you're mucking about. If you two can't agree to take each other lock, stock and barrel, should you be together? Here. Where do you go from here?
Well, I want to stay together and try and work it out, like. But...
What do you want to do?
I want to stay together.
So both of you have to get some help. You have to get some help with your temper and maybe some possessiveness in there. You have to get some help with whatever has, you know, brought you to this stage in your life. But I will tell you, it's going to be hard not to stop the other person progressing, because what often happens with very young couples, when they have that help together, it can sometimes bring them closer together. On the other hand, it can open your eyes to the world, and you might actually end up drifting apart. What you have to decide is, you came in this world on your own. Are you going to stand up and be a strong person for yourselves, or always be thinking of yourself as a couple? Okay, you really need to think about that. If you want to have a chat with one of our counsellors about where you go from here, then fine. But if you're repulsed by what went on in her past, you need to seriously consider why you're in this relationship. I just want to thank everybody for being on today's show. I'm sorry, I know you can all call me all old-fashioned. They're all going to email me now. But I'm sorry, when it comes to relationships, we do relationships, don't we, with our ears, with our eyes, with smells, with sights. You can't get that through a computer. You do not know what you're going to get or what you're going to pick up. We're right out of time. So turn over now to ITV2 and find out what's happening backstage with today's guests. From me, bye-bye.
On the way this morning, and Martin Kemp talks to Fern and Phil about his new drama, Serious and Organised. Then following the ITV lunchtime news, Des O'Connor and Mel Sykes with music and chat, including highlights from last year's programmes.
Local history, aromatherapy,
DIY,
languages,
computer skills.
Trisha, in association with Learn Direct, the National Learning Advice Line.